Dan here, D Speed Shop. Just lifted a bunch of heavy boxes. Oh, Amazon's here early today. Nova, we work on this thing like crazy. I actually just spent this morning messing around a little bit. I got the bumper fitting quite a bit better side to side. It still has to go in, but you know what I think it actually is the bumper's got a big dent right here, and when it goes in there, it's going to pull that out. So it might come off and we might stand on it a little bit. We have the trunk lid fitting a lot nicer, I think. Not too bad. So we're getting near the end of the bodywork section of this. I still got to do some rockers and miscellaneous stuff. I want to take a bit of a break. It's holiday Monday. We got the day off, and it's actually kind of a late start. It's probably almost 11 o'clock. We were in town, screwing around, getting miscellaneous stuff. But I have here, I ordered, well, everything was a Speedway deal. But I got a disc brake kit, and while I was there, I got the tubular control arms. So this is all the Speedway branded stuff. So it's extremely affordable, I guess is the word for it. So I believe this is, they take stock ball joints and stuff like that. I've been running, I don't know if it was a Speedway brand. I think it was because it came with the car on my Nova for 10 years. The exact same thing. I actually put Speedway brakes on it, but it came with control arms. There's been zero issues. It rides fine. My car is the exact same. It has manual steering. It puts more caster in it. You can adjust it. So you can, the caster will make it go straighter down the road, but harder to turn, but the wheel will snap back faster, so depending what kind of driving you're gonna do. I set mine up with the maximum amount of caster, took it in for alignment, and it's been 10 years, no issues. And I've had small block, big block, runs great no matter what. Then it didn't change the springs or anything. So the plan is today, because I think this is what you could do, the average guy can do in their average garage. I realize we have a lift, but you can do this on jack stands. I've done that many times. But we're going to rip all the front suspension off. I'm going to paint everything black. I've done some painting already, but just the outside stuff. We'll hang the control arms. We're going to reuse the springs, which I hope they're in good shape. I didn't even check. Guess we'll see. That might be a snafu, but hopefully they're not broken or cracked or whatever. Do that. The disc brake kit came with a new spindle. I guess the spindle is different drum to disc. So all this stuff is essentially garbage. And unfortunately, I was looking, I think the front drums are different than the back, so we might have to buy a rear drum. Or they're a half-inch wider. Maybe we could like cut them down a half-inch, go real hillbilly. Is that too much? I went with stock height stuff. I didn't do lowering anything. The control arms might lower it now that I think about it. I'm not really too sure. And then it comes with everything is Speedway branded, disc, the rotor and the universal kind of floating caliper. So that's every GM stuff from like, I don't know, late 60s, early 70s up until whenever. So it's your 2 pins with a single piston in it. That's good. And then in this box or that box.
That's just a cool sign.
Yeah. If you spend $12,000, in here is bearings. I'm assuming this, there's going to be some sort of a bracket for the, yeah. This might actually just be factory stuff now that I think about it. Like usually when I'm buying these kits, well, it's on a Tri-5 Chevy, which never had disc brakes. This might just be like OEM stuff for all I know. I actually don't know what the deal is. I should maybe do a little research, but it would make sense that that part number is meant, I don't know if in 69, you must be able to get disc brakes, but for sure later on, like a 70 or 71 Nova, you can just get disc brakes as an option. This is a base model car, so, but this, it's probably all just factory stuff. Now I think about it, it's probably just literally Nova stuff that we're buying here, and they just have it all in the kit ready to go, which is handy because the bearings are going to be different and all that sort of stuff. Oh, my back just hurt for a second there. But step one, I'm going to rip this thing up, so we have to lift it on the frame, have to let the suspension hang, and we'll bust some ball joints. I did get all brand new hardware if needed for this stuff, but super simple. There's 2 through bolts that go through there. That's the only part in the subframe that can be pinched and a little tight to get those in there. Upper control arms are 2 studs, super easy to do. And then we'll put the spindle in, and we'll have to crank the spring up. But this thing has a motor in it, so that's kind of the reason I did it in this order. Trying to do front end work, well, you can do it without a motor in it, but you got to use a spring compressor. This way we can use the weight of the motor to kind of hold it down. So we're gonna do that. Danny's gonna go for a little walk because it's her day off and she wants to. So I might do this, and we got a bunch of interior pieces, and it's a really nice day out. So I might
spray them.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might take a little break here and there. We got some, we'll just show, I got some oh, I meant to buy spray glue today. That's what I was gonna do. To glue, well, it's pretty rough anyways, but I'm gonna clean this stuff up and spray them outside, just black. The seats, we got back seats and we got door cards and everything. So that's mint. It had a red interior. Obviously we're just gonna go brown, or black, sorry. And probably leave the brown exterior as it is. We can paint this for a future video when we do the interior, but at least you can see how it started. If you're a dedicated viewer, which you should be. And then I don't even know what else we have in these boxes.
The other thing
rad.
that we can do is we'll do Speedway has where you can put the build list, like all the parts. So
yeah, people have been asking all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
This, we started to do on a lot of the videos when we get stuff from Speedway, we just put the build list in the description.
It's super easy. They have a great website. You can actually build your own car on it. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
And actually they're super, if you call them, they're actually easy to deal with if you're Canadian to deal with it. They help you out with shipping and stuff like that. So that's fantastic. But yeah, we'll put it all together. I mean, really, everything we do is the same. So if you want to do a Chevelle, or this would be the same as a Camaro, but if you want to do a Chevelle and all that stuff, you order it. It says, hey, we recommend this at the same time. And you go, hey, that's a good idea. It's almost like you guys have done this before. So buy once, cry once. Well, every single thing was $1,800 American. So I don't even know what the front brake kit was. I think it was a few $100s. Like, it's just, that's the other reason 2 reasons. By the time you go around and replace all the bushings and all the ball joints on factory stuff, this is cheaper and arguably better. Not to mention, if you guys have ever had a 60 or 70-year-old car, at some point it was stuck and the tow truck guy put a hook around something or whatever and bent the heck out of your suspension. So I'm a believer in kind of new stuff. And this thing has drums, and I don't know if you guys have priced out the cost of 1 drum and then added the shipping into it. I guarantee that if you, Canadian-wise, if you bought 2 drums and had to pay the shipping and the duties and the tariffs and all that stuff, I bet this disc brake kit is probably cheaper. It's ridiculous. But I'll get this thing up in the air, I'll get the wheels pulled, and I think you're down to just me now. Danny's out of here. Okay, so this here is what we're dealing with. So, as you can see, lines are no good. These are original ball joints because they're riveted in, so they've never been changed. The bushings, you can see them there, they are plumb wore out. Actually, I should have done some shock stuff, or sway bar stuff, sorry. Actually, what I should have done is some end links and all that. We'll deal with that later, I guess. Well, this, you can see this was clearly towed or pulled or something at one point with the tie rod, so that's a hassle. We have to take this shock absorber out. So bolt in the top, 2 bolts in the bottom, that'll fall out. Actually, it'll be a pain because it never goes well. I think all the brake lines are cut, so we'll take all that off. Then the upper control arm is held on with 2 bolts that go in that way, and the lower has 1 in there, and 1 actually goes through the subframe and is a real hassle to get to. But we'll get that out. We may need a little bit of heat, just because I might just heat those up for fun. But step 1 will be, getting the shock out and then getting that spring out of there. And then once that's all apart, life's a lot friggin' easier. Okay, and then like I said, once everything's apart, I've painted on the inside. We're gonna paint all this, the wheel tub will undercoat. That'll just kind of look nice, and then we're just working with a fresh canvas. Look at this hot rod. This thing's actually pretty decent shape too. This bumper's all buggered. Buddy does have a bumper for sale that I got everything else from, but man, the budget be blown on this thing. Okay, so we got everything kind of ready to come apart. So we have the tie rod off. We have our upper and lower ball joint nuts all loose. So that's all taken care of. The lower control arm bolts, I have them loose and they actually move. So that's cool. So a lot of times what happens is there's a steel sleeve, like this, and the bolt runs through that. Well, the bolt rusts to that sleeve, and then the bolts become a hassle to take out. Shock came out actually in one piece. We could reuse this if we so choose. And even I got the nut off of the sway bar, but it's stuck in this same idea, this sleeve, it's stuck in there. So we may end up cutting that out, but at the very least, it all should come apart. Now, I don't want to say we lucked out because we used heat. Now, if you want to be Saturday morning TV, just, you know, take stuff out without breaking bolts, a torch is your friend. Or live in California, I guess. That being said, I ran out of oxygen while doing this. The other side, it's gonna be a hassle. But you know what I do have, and I always forget I have this thing. This is called a mini ductor. I bought this years ago. I think like SEMA had a deal, or I forget what happened there. It uses magic, and whatever's in here heats up and gets smokes and hot. If I can just kind of maybe see something here, I don't know. So you do that. Maybe I'll start to smoke if we're lucky. Or we'll just wait and kill a bunch of TV. But it gets hot. Is it starting to smoke? We need something greasy. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Maybe this will do it. This is junk anyways. But it will, oh yeah, you can see the grease starting to percolate there. So there you go. So this is nice, I mean, honestly, around fuel tank bolts, stuff like that. It will get it absolutely red hot, but I did both sides of the bolts that went through the lower control arms, heated them up, did all that. Man, the sun, got me on my good side. Nice and smoking hot, let them cool, spray them. I use Croil because we're bougie, but spray it all down and you should be good. So the next thing we're gonna do now, I'm gonna get a little floor jack. I'm gonna put it under the control arm. We'll probably beat out this upper, and then we'll let everything kind of slide down. We are a little kind of off kilter, so hopefully the jack will hold it and we should be good, and that will let the spring have all of its, take all of its pressure out. Same thing. The lower control arm, we loosened those bolts and I had them move, so now, because the lower control arm is not compressed with those bolts, the whole thing will fall down nice and easy. We may have to lift the car up just a little bit, so we have enough droop in the lower control arm, but a floor jack on jack stands works just fine. So let's get set up and let's get this all taken apart, and once that's out, lower control arm will come out like nothing. We got 2 bolts upstairs. Unfortunately, this thing doesn't have hood hinges on it, and I'm by myself. Lift the hood off, it's a bit of a hassle. I mean, I can ask the neighbor, you just borrowed the lawnmower, so that's when you ask for a favor, is when they're borrowing your mower. Okay, let's get after it. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take pickle fork. So we have the nuts on the ball joint still, but this might be a bit of a hassle. But they're loose, so what that's gonna allow us to do is use the tool here, and it'll break the ball joint loose from the spindle, but it can't go anywhere because it's going to have the nut still on it. So I loose them until like the castle part is kind of just showing through, but it's got all the threads. We'll see. This one's definitely on the snug side. Whoops. Whew. Ooh, we went all the way through and didn't accomplish anything. Now we have a separate set of problems, which maybe we'll fix with another pickle fork. Huh, I went under the control arm. That's a new one. Can I jam another prying device in here maybe? Or are we gonna take the lower one off? Wow, I don't think I've done that before. Can I do anything here with this? Maybe I can just put some more tension on it and beat the spindle. Of course, now it's wow. I need a bigger hammer. So when it's all torqued up like this, all you gotta do is smash the spindle and it distorts it a little bit and it will come apart the same way. So if you cared about your grease boots and all that, that's what you do. But I thought we were gonna save some time. Can I, oh, there we go. Well, it worked unconventionally, but there we have it. Okay, so now, so now the spring is trying to blow this thing apart, which arguably, I guess it's always trying to do that. This jack is tall enough. Like I said, we need a block of wood. I did lift the car up a little bit, give it more swing, but obviously I lifted it too far, but it's no big deal. Okay. So drop that down, that there. So now what we're hoping is going to happen is we're actually going to jack up on this, and it's actually going to compress the suspension, hopefully. Yeah, you can see it's starting to, well, that's all we got. But all the load is off this, hopefully. This is right on the ragged edge of being not cool. Where's my wrench? There it is. So, just want to make sure. Oh, we've unfortunately broken the ball joint loose. Up top, man, this is not the tutorial video I was hoping to have here. How can I lower this maybe? So, what's happening is, now that it's not all loaded up in there, the whole thing is friggin' spinning. No, that didn't help either. I gotta jack it up into it. Another block of wood. Oh, luckily the blocks of wood are getting bigger and more aggravating to use, so that's cool. This is some good watching we got here. Danny, edit this into something that's better than whatever's happening, so everyone's having the same amount of fun. Gentle. Okay. So now we should. Will this move nicely? Of course not. Can I jam it in there? I can see if I can kind of knock it. Back into place a little. Something to grip. This is a hassle. I had this all the way. Oh, there we go. Okay. So the ball joint was doing what it's supposed to do, which is spin. It was a bit of a hassle. Okay. Okay, so now this is loose in the spindle. Can this still move? No, you bugger, you're gonna fight me the whole way. The Daniela ball joints. Okay. This is supposed to be like a 2-minute clip, not a fiasco. Is this just all hate my life here? Hopefully some of this isn't fast motion. Please. Oh, come on. Alright, well, I guess I might get some take a minute, get that nut off, it'll all come apart. 6 minutes, we're not even off. Okay, we're ripping again. We got it all apart, so now we can actually, upper controller will come right out. Now this, would be nice if it was on a flat surface. The checker plate's a bit of a hassle, but, oh, and the floor jack kind of got away from me in a hurry. There we go. So, semi-sketch, but we're fine. Spring out. Actually, this thing wasn't too bad. So this is now loose. This here, we can do this all in one shot. It'd be sweet, eh? So we're just gonna knock these. Well, that one came out like nothing. This one will be a hassle because it's inside the subframe. So we'll have to knock it through the screwdriver. Hopefully we can get the screwdriver out. And this thing has headers on it, because that was a priority. Oh, I can't see. This bolt is boxed. Oh, I can see it though. Or I can feel it, sorry. What do we need? I need a tool. This is where Danielle would be calling me the tool, but whatever. She's not here, so she doesn't get that benefit today. Can I? Oh, you bugger. All right, well, I want to get the back one out first so the front one holds it. I'll get that back bolt out, then we'll wrestle the front one out. That's all apart. Good TV. Okay, so I just used a floor jack to actually get a little leverage on it. Now, I wonder, you guys in the way like usual. So now, let's lift this up. This can fall down. Can I get this bolt out? Just use it. Knock it out with a screwdriver. Okay. The bolt's out. Screwdriver's out. Control arm out. Bada bing. Okay. I'll take the upper off right quick, and then really we'll take a few things off here. We'll wire wheel this sucker maybe. Well, it's basically for paint. Get up on all the nooks and crannies. Actually, I got to paint the spring. So that's what you do. And she's not bad. She's wore in. I actually like how this thing sits, so nothing will change there. A nice black canvas here. And I'll probably jump on the other side and get it all taken apart. And maybe by the time Danny comes back, we can just do like a fun install video. All going back together. Because that's, honestly, they're doing the same thing times two. Take your time, try to be safe, don't be like Dan with that floor jack, that was sketchy. And heat is your friend, but keep heat away from wiring, fuel lines, brake lines, all those things if you're doing this on your driver car. Fortunately for us, we don't really care about a whole lot. But yeah, simple. Mechanicking. Upper control arm, lower control arm with spindle out. Everything painted black. Look at that. Like Lucky says, paint it black, put it back. And then we got our spring out here, so we'll spray that, flip it, we'll let dry, flip it, spray it again. And Danny's still not back. What time is it now? 12:35, so hour and a half. Had the one side off, so another hour and a half. I'll have the other side off. Hopefully she'll be back by then. Break for lunch, everything painted. And then in theory, the new stuff should go together a heck of a lot easier. And yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, I'll get the other side dealt with, and we'll come back when everything's kind of ready for reassembly. And that'll be fun. Well, we'll have the spindles on, no problem. And then I'll put the disc brakes on, which we really should just be packing some bearings, knocking some seals in, hanging the calipers. How hard can it be? Oh, Danny's back from her spa day. Spa. But I got the other side all off and apart. It's now 1:40, so it took me 11, 12, 3 hours-ish. Get all apart, painted. I mean, look at all the dust and dirt that was in there, so I blew all that junk out. So now we're gonna let that sit. I mean, if you were doing this at home and you're in no rush, come on. This would be, leave it till tomorrow situation, clean up, and the paint would be nice and set up. But because I have no patience, we're gonna go for lunch. Then I'm gonna come back, and then we'll slap it all together. But that'll be cool, man. I'm excited for it. And then, actually, I wanted to paint the backside of this hood. Maybe we'll do that today yet. Maybe I'll just go hose it off, let it dry, and when we come back from lunch, I'll paint it. Because I actually like to put on the hinges and everything too now. We can have like this thing is going to be like complete. Because at this point now we can put the hood on it, bolt it all on. I got to put the headlight in and that little, whatever, side bezel piece just because it drives me nuts. It's all blinky. Maybe we should keep it. No. Okay, we'll be back in one set of tacos. Okay, well, we're back from lunch, and the weather has taken a turn. What happened in the hour we were gone? Now, I believe these might be adjustable. These come out and you can spin them around, but it came in this way, so if it fits this way, that's how I'm going to put them in. Maybe it doesn't, I don't really know. So, it's a little awkward. Oh, dang it. Oh, the headers are going to be my nemesis. Or header, I should say. It was a hassle. Okay, whoops, Danielle. Okay, this clearly has to change. Thinking. I may just have to read some instructions. I will say, a nice thing about Speedway is their website's very good for for instructions. Okay, so something's caught here. Can you see? Oh. This is a little snug. Why is it going in there? What are you doing?
Helping?
Sounds about right. Yeah, why is this not... Is it caught on something there?
No, it looks like it's in from this side.
Is there a hammer anywhere there? Nothing like wailing on brand new parts. Can you lift it up a little? Is it something is not quite happening here? Why did we put headers on this thing before we even... Oh, there we go.
Because you have a problem.
Can you try and wiggle it and pull it out, or pull it towards you? Yep. There we go. Schmint. Okay. Well, now it's on there, we'll make sure we have these tabs in the right spot.
Good idea.
Before we
get us a little workout.
Yeah, I think one way this affects the caster, so I'll just Google it. We'll carry on. So these, upon reading the instructions, after I've ordered them, these drop it down 1.5 inches because they have a lower pocket in the control arm versus a stock one, right? So that's fine. And then you can adjust the caster. So if you're, gross, if these shims are both backwards, then it's 4 degrees. If you want to flip both forward, it gives it more. So we put it in just with the 4 degrees. I went and bought bolts, and I can't friggin' find them now. Ooh, hail. But we'll see. These will fit. You may have to do some smashing. Is that hammer anywhere? It's just a classic. Nice parts getting beat up a little bit. But might go okay. I wonder. Man, what's up with the weather, Danielle? That 455 Chevy. Okay, well I'm gonna have to. I should have got some all thread actually. We could have done this a little bit better. Start high maybe. Okay. So that's kind of close. This one is actually not too bad. There are some grease zerks here, so I don't want to beat those up too badly. Aha! What is this caught on? It's almost in. Okay, the other one's gonna be a bit of a hassle. Oh, maybe not. It might be mint just like that. It's really raining there. So now I need a socket and whatnot just to kind of feed this through. You know what I wish I had? Was the $27 in bolts that I had just bought. That would be sweet. It's aggravating. The hail stopped, or at least it slowed down. Oh, this is gonna be a disaster. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Pass me that hammer there. Let that just fall nicely into place. Feels like it went. Close to, so now everything's stuck. There, need a tool, but I don't know what tool I need. Pass me a screwdriver. Okay, we need that. No. That bolt is jammered. And of course now the socket's stuck in there. You get this hole legged up. There's the light. Well, that doesn't seem like it should be that bad actually.
No, it's pretty spot on.
I have to go up just a hair.
Oh yeah, I saw the socket thing move.
Yeah. There we go. Boom. Oh. Okay, so it's in. Now, this is where earlier on I used a bunch of heat and everything kind of went together somewhat nice. I guess I could.
You came apart nice?
Well, it came apart. That's always an advantage. Okay, I'm just gonna zip this with the impact real quick. Not tight, because you wanna tighten up when at the ride height, but it's easy to get in there right now with all the tools to get most of the threads out of the way. And then this thing here we'll put on. Oh, there's no boot on this one. Oh, cool. Maybe that's on the inside. That's neat. I guess that's how they are. This is just plastic cup. Okay, I'm just gonna zip those in so they'll still be spinny spin, but there'll only be like a half a turn where they're tight. Well, to the astute viewer, we have a different control arm on. So I put them on, I put the wrong one on the wrong side. Or I put the left one on the wrong side. So now, let's see if we can get this ripping. So there's a little pocket deal, which kind of has this little tail has to fit into, which is right there. So hopefully, can't quite. Okay, so that goes in like that, which makes sense because then that lines up this one over here. Okay, that's cool. So now, I wonder.
So maybe I'll just go over here.
The odds of having it
hide behind the pole.
issue twice are minimal.
What do you mean twice?
Oh, the first one, actually, you'll see when I edited, the jack fell off the stand. It's quite the ordeal. But don't worry, I was here by myself. How can we... Unfortunately, this is a little on the sketchy side. Is this going to roll over, you think? We don't have to go that much further. I don't want it to... We'll just re-leg this real quick. So I'd like to grab it right there, but I think we might be off the lift. Yeah, I need I should design like a plate that goes across. That's rather sturdy, and then we can not have to deal with that. As long as you're not right in front of it, you're probably okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, almost home free. All right, the maximum amount of travel. Hopefully. Okay. Where's the wrench for that? I need to get around you. Thank you. Just put a couple of twists on it. And then we're totally safe. The rain smells gross. That farm life. Okay. This is annoying. What's going on? Can't see. Oh. So now, nothing, well, not nothing, but we're in the safe zone. So nothing can blow apart. Man, these magnets are very good, but you know what they're very good at is catching all the metal filings that have fallen off this car. And there's a few. Look at that, Danielle. Doesn't that look like nice and new stuff?
Yeah.
So now, I'll have to look at the instructions, but what's going to have to happen is we're going to have to take these bolts out for the steering arm, which I actually should have done before, so I could have painted it. That'll fit there, which is also going to be our steering stop. But maybe I'll just get this all kind of dialed together, and we'll come back once I kind of read over the instructions. So it's been 10 years since I've done Nova brake. Well, I guess did I put this stuff in the Camaro? I feel like I did the exact same thing. It's hard to remember all the stuff I do. There we go. Okay, ready? Do you trust it? Oh, and we're safe. Bada boom. So once we put a little load on that, right now it's obviously at the end of its extension. It should be good. This, oh yeah, there's a hole right there. We have to get some extensions. Mint. Okay, let's pull the brakes apart and see what that's going to look like, and go from there. Well, got her kind of dialed together. So as it turns out, the video is running a little alongside, Danielle was telling me. So put the other side together. I just put the drums on it for the time being. It's actually just, there's the little dust seals in the back for the discs was missing, so we got to get a pair of those tomorrow. Nah, it's like $3. Such as life, got lost in the mail or wherever it may be, but yeah, we got her down on the ground. I don't actually think the front end's any lower. I was sitting here looking at some pictures I had on my phone, but we haven't like jaunced it up and down, so it'll probably be an inch or so down, but now you can see all in here. I mean, it's all nice. We'll drop it down. You can see it from the top side, and we'll just have to do a brake video coming up. There's a little bit more to it. I got to take the steering arms off the old kit, clean those up, paint them, and put that together. So we'll do that sometime this week. I think it sits how it sits. Yeah, you can see the controller. It'll probably look weird from the side because the headers I had to take them off to get everything in. But there you go. She's all kind of together. I put the same amount of shims in it that were in it when I took it apart. So I don't know if that'll be neat or not. We'll have to double check everything. These end bushing, or whatever you want to call them, these got to be tightened up as well once it's at ride height. It feels actually pretty firm, so it might just kind of sit about the same. So that's where we're going to leave it. I think you can't go wrong for, I think those were $300. Whole brand new front end, and yeah, my only advice, heat, some good lubricant, take your time, and it really won't be that big of a deal. The hoist is quite nice, being able to get to the back bolts and the control arm are a hassle to get to, but that's life. So yeah, we got to take these steering arms off, and that'll all go together over here. Actually, the disc brake kit came with dust shields and everything, so it's quite nice. So it should go together pretty quick. So I don't know, doing a couple of days or whatever, I might just work on something else for a bit while wait on those little dust shields. Hopefully, I believe it's all just stock stuff, so it should be easy to get. Might put the hood on. I got it out back, painted it, put that on tonight, make it look like a real car, and then I kind of want to get the transmission and all that stuff sorted. But that's really it for today. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you leave a comment below, and yeah, work on an old hot rod. It's only kind of miserable some of the time, but when you're addicted, you got to keep going out, even if it's fighting you. See you on the next one.